Welcome back. Does your body absorb every calorie you eat? New gut research. This is fantastic stuff here. Feeding your gut bacteria foods high in fiber, high in resistant starch, large food particle size, and limited processed foods may save you 116 calories per day. This is based on a study. Host diet gut microbiome interactions influence human energy balance, a randomized clinical trial. This is by Dr. Karen Corbin and her team, published May 31st. So it's early June now, but this just came out. This is what it looks like in Nature Communication. Fantastic study. What the study showed that the proportion of calories absorbed depends on a complex interaction between diet, host, and gut microbes. And that brings up some important questions like, does every calorie in actually go into your body? And then how do the bacteria in your gut help signal that you're full or not hungry? And this is very interesting because it's not about the thermic effect of food, how much energy your body uses to digest food, but how the ecosystem in your guts uses energy and signals your body. And what this study concluded, it demonstrated the potential to enact the small changes principle through the consumption of whole foods to modulate the gut microbiome. And it could be a useful population tool to fight the global obesity epidemic. So I had to talk about it on my channel. Welcome. There's the intro card. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. Also a founder of Wilson Medical Writing. And this is big news coming out in the lab. I'm going to talk a little bit of science today, so stick with me. If not, you can go check out one of my other videos. All right. So what this study found was whether and how obesity and caloric restriction impact diet gut microbiome effects on human energy balance. All right, so I got a lot of tough combos of words, but here's a picture of what the study was looking at, and we're comparing to Western diet, which is low in fiber, low in resistant starch, more processed foods with smaller food particles, versus a microbiome enhancer diet on the right. And I'm going to go through a little breakdown of what they found in these two. You can pause that, check it out later. All right, so 17 participant study, and they did the microbiome enhancing diet versus the Western diet. I've already kind of covered what's in the microbiome enhancing diet. What they found was that this led to an additional 116 calories lost in feces daily, and thus lower metabolizable energy for the host without changing in energy expenditure, hunger, or food intake. So what they did is they basically tested the poop of the participants to see how much energy came out through that. That means it wasn't digested. And what they actually found was that the poop that the energy that was found in the poop, the calories, was actually contributed by the bacteria in the gut, which is fascinating. Click like if this is making sense so far, or if you're still watching and you're interested in this. All right, greater fecal energy loss on the diet. What was that? The microbiome enhanced diet was not just due to undigested food, but also to an increase in fermenting gut microbes and their metabolites. Although higher energy harvest by microbes is believed to lead to more energy being absorbed by the host, the results showed the opposite, and that the host metabolizable energy was lower due to higher fecal energy loss. So this, a lot of times you might think that more energy passing in the poop would be because the bacteria acted as an enzyme and that made it easier for the people to digest, but it wasn't the case. It wasn't like enzymes. The metabolizable energy was lower due to the fecal loss that was passed and not absorbed by the host. So the increased gut bacteria, the lower metabolizable energy in the host, but there was no change in energy expenditure either. So this is just astonishing because what it shows is that it increased when you're eating these higher fiber foods and the less processed foods, you can increase the bacteria in your gut that will have these changes and absorb more of the food and get you to absorb less of it altogether. So it's really fascinating stuff. Many species detected at a higher abundance on the microbiome diet were fiber degraders and or butyrate producers. So this increased the fermentation and increased the fecal and serum short chain fatty acids compared to the Western diet, which means that the host energy absorption shifted towards these short chain fatty acids and away from other nutrients that were in the food compared to that Western diet. So, what this does, the more that those short chain fatty acids were in there, that increases the GLP-1 and the pancreatic polypeptide concentrations, which can suppress your hunger and help you feel more satisfied. So, these bacteria are producing products. So you're increasing the bacteria in there in the first place, and then you're increasing the number of products that they're producing that can signal your brain that you feel more satisfied or you are not as hungry as you thought you were. The GLP-1 is a popular topic these days in terms of the GLP-1 receptor agonists like Ozempic and semaglutide, etc. So when you're doing that, you're increasing those satisfaction signals by the bacteria in your gut. These products also play important roles in the host energy balance by stimulating the release of satisfaction hormones such as GLP-1 and accelerating the colon transit time. That can have more impacts. And then the dietary substrates are less available to the gut microbes. And the microbes are starved of host diet derived substrates. So, I mean, it's just astounding. Honestly, I encourage you to check it out in the description below so you can learn more about this study. The host metabolizable energy was highly variable on the microbiome diet, and then tight control of energy intake and energy expenditure suggests that the microbial contribution varied between patients. So this goes to show that it's not just one diet or one plan can be suitable for everyone. Everybody will have a different response, and not just each individual, but the ecosystems inside their intestines can have a big variation, even though the diets were closely regulated. So there's going to be a lot of factors at play that are going to need more study so people can understand how what they eat affects their own health, but also how it affects the bacteria in their gut. So that was a hard way to explain it, but this is just, I can't believe this study really, and I hope you get, I can explain it further if you have questions, or I can talk to you on LinkedIn or something. So this, you can understand what I'm talking about here. The colonic microbiota could also be considered in future therapeutic therapies and studies targeting short chain fatty acid reduction to improve your metabolic health. And so when you look at these, the impact of this study, you can really start to imagine some of the direct things you can do to stimulate the bacteria in your intestines that can change your diet, change your absorption, change your chemical signaling to let you know how satisfied you are with your food, all kinds of stuff. And it's just fantastic. Microbiome enhancing diet. So the 4 things, in case you want a quick recap: dietary fiber, resistant starch, large particle size in your food, and limited processed food. So make sure that you're eating more whole foods basically in order to get these benefits. As they stand now, a lot of people not getting a lot of the fiber. So if you are looking for ways to increase your fiber intake, I do have the Health Confidence Club with a little health education course to find ways that you can increase your fiber intake by how you're shopping, how you're eating, how you're choosing your foods, how you're snacking, etc. And then next, you can check out the daily fiber intake. 2 out of 3 people don't know this on YouTube. So that is a quick summary of this study. I don't even really know what else to say about it. Just check it out and then check out the next video. That's today's message. Talk about it. Keep practicing. Peace.